right, Matt Gibbs is in the studio. He is here to answer your questions about your cars. He's the owner of Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales. So if you need any mechanical work or just a checkup or an oil change or anything from minor to major, they can handle it. And the most major, I guess, would just simply get a new car. That's the you need a new car. That's what you need. Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
Good, Larry. How are you?
So I heard a thing, and I'm wondering if this is good for the average driver. Okay. I think it was an ad for truck drivers because it came on that midnight show that we run, and I believe truck drivers listen to that show. Okay. And it's a service, $14.95 a month, and somehow it connects to the internet, and when your check engine soon light comes on or anything, you'll get an email or something that tells you exactly why it's coming on. Isn't that the most amazing thing?
Amazing, yeah, absolutely.
You don't think that's a good thing?
They can't tell you exactly why it's coming on.
Oh, really?
I can't.
So they're just taking your money.
Well,
aren't truck drivers normally very savvy when it comes to mechanical stuff?
You would think that a lot of them are. But they can't tell you exactly why it's coming on. They can tell you exactly what the code is.
Have you ever heard of such a thing?
Yeah.
Where
OnStar does it too. I mean, if you...
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
So for cars, for the average driver like me?
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. So if I'm a truck driver and I know more about vehicles than the average driver, I guess... That's always what I presume. Am I right about that? Do truck drivers know more about engines than the average car driver?
I don't know. I mean, some guys are truck drivers. They're not truck mechanics, right?
Yeah. Okay. So if I got the message, if the light came on and the lady on my dashboard said, "You need to stop," I would stop.
You probably, and you probably would. I mean, it's just like. All the time, this is something we deal with on a daily basis.
Really?
It's like, okay, your check engine light comes on, and you go to AutoZone or one of these places, and they scan the car, and what they're trying to do is sell parts. So let's say you get a code for a PO 174, which is a lean condition.
Wow.
Which is okay.
A lean condition.
A lean condition. So the engine's running lean.
Lean. Okay.
Okay. So
I wish I had one of them.
Now, the other condition is a rich condition. No, but but I'm being serious here. Let's just say you go in the AutoZone and say it's a PO 174. You're running a lean condition. What they're going to sell you is an oxygen sensor. That's what they're going to sell you.
Okay.
So you go in there and you buy your oxygen sensor, and it's anywhere from $60 to $150.
Okay.
And you buy this oxygen sensor, and you go home and you put it on, and 3 days later your check engine light's back on with a PO 174. Now but that's what the code said. That's what people say. That's what the code said. That's what the code said.
Oh, okay.
It was a bad oxygen sensor. Well, maybe something's causing the oxygen sensor to go outside of its tolerances.
Okay.
Maybe it has a vacuum leak. Maybe it has a plug fuel filter. Maybe it has a number of things that now we need to go in and diagnose to find out what makes the code PO 174 come on.
I got you.
See, so these OnStars and these $14.95 things. They'll tell you got a PO 174, but they don't tell you they're not going to diagnose the car for you. They can't. It takes somebody with flesh and blood.
So when you, as a mechanic, see the PO, what is it called?
174.
When you see that, you know you have a starting point, not you're not concluding anything.
Right, exactly.
Yet.
There's things we need to test. If you go to the doctor, and let's say your blood pressure is 200 over 110, he's thinking things. That doesn't necessarily mean you take this medicine, this medicine, this medicine.
And it'll fix it. Yeah.
And it'll fix everything.
Good comparison.
We have to, let's wait a minute. Let's look at everything else that's going on with you. Maybe you're fixing to stroke out. Maybe you're fixing to have a heart attack. What is going on? What's the big picture here? And it's the same thing with our cars today. People come in all the time and say, I need such and such, because they took it to this place and they hooked it up to a scanner, and they came in and said, I need this sensor. Okay. You're the boss.
Okay, so the code that you get through the $14.95 subscription, whatever they send you back, basically you're just renting out their diagnostic equipment, and whatever the diagnostic equipment tells you, that's all it is it tells you that.
It's just telling you the code.
I gotcha. Okay. So
And you can get that done for free. It doesn't even cost $14.95 a month.
Really?
You go to any parts house and they'll read the code
Really?
for free.
I didn't know that.
Sure. Now, if it's one of these big trucks, that's a little different story because you have to have a special computer to read the codes in a big truck. But
Really?
yeah, I just bought one. I know.
You just bought a big truck?
I just bought a scanner for a big truck.
Oh, for semis, you mean?
Yeah,
So it's a whole different animal, right?
it's a whole.
What was the thing I saw about Costco? Are people buying cars from big box stores now?
I have no idea.
Okay. I heard that on the news this morning.
So you can go and get a pizza in a car.
Get a pizza in a car, yeah. And there was a flying car on the news this morning, too, another one. This one is from Alphabet. Is that Google? Alphabet is Google, right?
I would say yes, Larry, because you say it is. I'll agree with you.
I think it is.
Okay.
But it showed the video. It was, it took off vertically, but it was a car.
That's pretty cool.
That is kind of cool, yeah. And once it gets up to a certain height, I guess it goes forward like flying. So.
Okay, that's what I want. I want a car that flies. I do. I really do. That'd be so cool. It's calling me George. I would change my name to George.
Jetson.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jetson.
Yeah, that's Jetson.
Moving on up. Oh, that was Jefferson.
That was Jefferson.
Jefferson, Jetson. All right, let's go to the phone. Phone line is open, and we love hearing from you. Matt is here to answer your questions. If you've got a ping going on, you want to imitate the sound or hold the phone up to your car or something, you should do like Carol Ann does. You should have a what do you call it? A Facebook page where people can post pictures of their problem. Here's my engine. What does this look like? Looks like a leak. Well, the caller went away. Oh, here it comes. The at the car show, it's amazing how clean those engines are at the car show. They have those hoods up, and it's like nothing. And the electric car had nothing in the front, nothing in the back. Where's the motor?
It doesn't have motor. It has servos, probably.
What?
Servos and.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to see.
I don't even know what a servo is.
See that? We're in the technology's gotten so crazy. We don't even know what is really going on. What is really going on? We don't know.
You have a call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning, Matt. This is Sonny.
Hey, Sonny.
Number one, the motors, you could have more than one motor, and they would be right around the area of the ends of the axles going to the wheels or partially attached to the wheel. That's for as electric cars go today. And my thing is, I had a friend years and years ago who painted the car with Rust-Oleum. And it came out, looked real good. I mean, it looked something like something that was done in the 20s or 30s to a Packard or something. The paint was just beautiful. So I was talking to him about it, and then he said he used Rust-Oleum. He put about 3 coats on there, but the part that really made it time-consuming was the rubbing and, finishing the finish up on there. And I was amazed at that, and I lost contact with him because he got a different job and so on and so forth. But I was still wondering how well that paint job held up. I'm just wondering if you have any ideas on that. And I'll hang up and listen.
All right.
But I thought it looked terrific, and it had that deep lacquer look to it.
Like it was Simonized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was really smooth. And he actually used a roller and rolled the Rust-Oleum on, and actually used brushes. Now, the other thing that made me interested in that was my father-in-law was a car painter long before he had brushes. I still got a couple of his paint brushes that he used for automobile painting. And, we've come a long way since then, but I'll hang up and listen to your comment on what you think about that Rust-Oleum deal.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonny.
I don't know if I have a comment on that Rust-Oleum deal. I mean, that's something I can't
Did
comprehend that. I can't see it.
Did the word Simonize come up at all during the week?
No, we didn't Simonize nothing. Nothing.
It came up here a few times.
It did?
After the interview.
Really?
After last week, yeah. A few people called up. I used to Simonize my car all the time.
Really?
Yeah, Simonize.
You know what I got into? I got into restoring. Not restoring. I guess that'd be the wrong word, because restoring means like you're going to do something to something old. But the headlights that are all getting all faded and foggy and stuff. Yeah, I went ahead and bought all the stuff, and I was. You remember the car that when you and Robin came by and we broke the window with the spark plug. You remember?
Yeah.
Well, that car. That car had been sitting there for like forever and then some.
Yeah.
So the headlights were really dog.
Oh, so you were experimenting?
Yeah. So we figured like we got the worst set of headlights on the planet, and I'm out there doing this whole thing, buddy. They turned out like brand new.
So is this something we can all buy, or is this something we need to go to somebody like you?
Well, it's a process, and I just want to be able to do it. I don't know. I woke up last week and said, I want to be able to do this.
Do you remember we had the conversation? Why don't the taillights fade? Why don't they get foggy looking?
I think it's just because you're not driving
the wind. Does it? Yeah.
But I figured it out. I got it down.
So is there anything that we can do to prevent that from happening?
No, just bring it to me and I'll make it look brand new.
Is it literally wearing down the plastic? Like, is there? Okay.
Yeah, it's not. Well, I'm wearing it down. It's scratching it. That's scratching it. That's what it's
something doing. In the air, like little particles of sand or whatever.
Yeah, it's scratching it.
And so
so I buffed a living life right out. I buffed the scratches right out.
You know what they say?
What do they say, Larry?
Toothpaste will work.
It will, but it won't last. Anything like that will work. You know, I've messed around. There's been guys that come around. Oh yeah, look, it'll take you 5 minutes and you can charge $100. Yeah, but okay. And what are you going to do next week when they come back and they want to beat you up because it looks like junk?
Why does it go back so quickly?
Because you don't go deep enough. You don't go into.
But how do you know this is going to work? If it's
because this is what everybody's using. The establishment of who does this.
So
I went and got a hold of the. You know, you got to have peoples. You know, so it starts with people.
Robin's car needs this.
Yes.
My car that is no longer my car. The one that I hit the cow with.
Yeah, that needed it.
That needed it bad. Yeah.
But I can do them now. I've learned.
How much? How much is it charged?
I'm not even sure yet. So all I know is I can do it.
Somebody comes over. Hey, I heard you on the radio.
Yeah.
I understand you don't have a price yet. I'll give you $1.50.
Yeah, well, I probably could get more than $1.50. It took me about 45 minutes to do one.
One headlight?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But it's way cheaper than buying a headlight because some things are like $400 or $500.
Wow.
So this is cheap.
Why? Why are headlights so expensive?
They just are. You know, I don't know why. And then you got to put them in, and some of them are really easy to put in, and some of them they're a joke.
The way they make things now, it's really kind of amazing that you don't see the bolts, you don't see anything that holds anything together.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to see bolts.
I know, but it's amazing that they have.
Look at my shirt. They even make shirts you don't even see the buttons. See?
You sure don't have to.
You don't see the buttons. So the buttons can't scratch your car.
Is that why you have a shirt like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a snapper.
The snap.
Ah.
But I can't rub, but I'm not going to rub on your car.
Gotcha.
Right?
Has that been a problem?
Not that I know of, but they convinced me that it is a problem.
That's
the uniform company.
the shirt person told you, hey,
look, we gonna protect the people's cars. You're gonna be putting your buttons on there,
and you're buttoning it so that the left side goes over the right side.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So you can pull your sword out of your sheath, and it won't rip your shirt open.
Exactly. When I had my pistol in there, it just that's what it sounds like. And it's all undone.
Are you packing right now?
Yeah.
You have a gun on you?
Always, buddy.
Really?
Always.
Even when you go to Disney World?
They frown upon that in Disney World. They get the Orange County Sheriff's Department involved. It's a mess. Don't bring your weapon into Disney World, even if you have a concealed weapons permit.
Oh my gosh! Did you ever know that in Disney World they have? Oh, you probably know this because you actually are more of a Disney person than I am.
Not really,
but they have a $20 parking lot and a $45 parking lot. The $45 is the upper end or something. I don't know what you get different. Maybe they drive you somehow.
No. I hope my wife isn't listening.
Have you ever heard that?
No, because we have the Joey Gibbs parking lot. That works out real well.
Oh, okay.
The Joey, if you go to a park, I would say this: it's worth it's what, $100 to go to Disney now.
Oh, more
it's
than
worth that. Taking my son and paying his way into the park. It's worth the $100. Bringing him with you.
That is not right. You are using somebody in a wheelchair. That is just wrong.
Well, there's got to be some kind of benefits every once in a while. Did
you ever go to the Epcot ride called Fast Track or something like that?
No.
Or whatever it's called.
No, the NASCAR thing?
Yeah.
I've never been to Epcot.
Oh, really?
I've been to the parking lot, but I've never been.
The billboard on the highway makes you laugh because it says, go 50 miles an hour, and you're driving 70. You're thinking, what? Why is that such a great idea?
Because you're blindfolded.
Because you can make these turns and.
Maybe it's 150 miles an hour.
No, it's not. It's 50. That's what they say, anyway. All right, phone lines are open if you have a question about your car. 622-9622. Remember, our cars all over the world. Check it out. Listen to this. See what I found. Where is it? Oh, wait, it didn't
Cars
start.
are cars.
There it is.
All over the world. Cars are cars. All over the world.
Right.
Similarly sold.
Oh.
In a motorcade. Abandoned in the road.
Abandoned in the road.
Abandoned in the road.
That's what I don't like.
Being abandoned in the road.
Oh my gosh! When I was younger and I had first moved to Florida, I'd go back to New York all the time, and everybody always told me, "Don't take that car; it'll never make it." And it always did. But they always put the seed of doubt in my brain, so that I was always afraid that my car was going to be abandoned on the side of the road, someplace between here and New York. I was always afraid I was going to be the hitchhiker with the cardboard sign.
Heading south, please help. Heading south. But if your car breaks down like in New York,
yeah,
it's gone, right?
Well, the tires are, yeah.
Just the tires?
Maybe more.
I saw a TV show where this group of guys had a Honda Accord, I think, on there, and this Honda Accord, I mean, it was a whole car, and within like 16 minutes.
What?
It was like in 16 minutes.
What neighborhood were they in?
No, they actually, these guys went on a TV show and showed how fast they can strip a car.
Oh, I see. Okay. But I thought I always thought that very thing, that if I broke down in a bad neighborhood, I might have just kissed those wheels goodbye because the wheels would be gone.
I think more than the wheels, brother.
Yeah, maybe.
We had a guy. No, I'm not going to say that. That's a bad thing to say. I'm not going to say it. My uncle.
Are you saying it?
No, I'm not.
I want to hear what it is.
That was about 3 different things I was going to say, and one, I'm not going to say that kind of thing.
Oh man, I want to hear it.
Well, my uncle, I will say this one. My uncle was driving on the Long Island Expressway. Do you know where that is?
I exactly know where that is. Yes.
Okay, and he broke down in his car.
Oh no!
And maybe because all these people told him don't drive his car, and he did break down, and so he was getting out to go into the trunk, right? And this van pulls in front of his car.
Yeah. And
these guys jump out of the van, and my uncle says, "Hey, what are you doing?" He goes, "Dude, you got the back, we got the front." He goes, "Like, this is my car. They were going to, you got the back of the car, we're going to get the front of the car. So you go steal what you got to steal, and we're going to steal what we got to steal," not realizing that was his car.
Oh my gosh, where?
On a Long Island Expressway.
I know, but it's a long road.
I don't know.
I can't even imagine that happening.
But he broke.
Was that at night?
Now that I don't know. Hello.
All right. So, gosh, what was I going to tell you? I had. I just
see. You can't say it, can you?
No,
you just
well,
can't
I forgot.
Say it.
I forgot what it was.
Oh.
There was something I was going to tell you about cars.
The cars are cars all over the world. Is that what you're going to tell me? Some people drive on the left, some people drive on the right, but they still cars all over the world.
Oh my gosh! Have you ever worked on a car that had that big, gigantic steering wheel from the old? Like when I was a kid, the steering wheels were so big.
Yeah, because they had powerful steering, not power steering.
Yeah,
they had powerful steering.
Yeah.
So the bigger the steering wheel, the easier to turn.
The what do you call it?
Manual.
Leverage. What was
manual steering?
I know. What do you call it when you have more of a radius?
More torque. There's more leverage.
Yeah, more leverage.
Yeah, I've worked on a few of those. Kind of get in my way now.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean?
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why the auto manufacturers made the tilting steering wheel.
Right. Yeah. Tilt out of my way.
So, do you any cars on your lot you want to talk about?
We're selling the junk out of some cars, and we do have some nice ones.
She's selling the junk out of some cars.
They're not junk cars. We're just selling the junk out of. We're selling the junk out of the car.
Why did you buy a car with junk in it?
All cars got junk in it, man. Yeah, we do. I just bought a 2011 Chrysler 200.
That's a new one for you.
It's a nice car. I just couldn't pass it.
What is
up.
it? A Chrysler?
It's Chrysler 200. Nice car. Nice. And we finance it right there at Crossroad Auto
You do.
Sales.
You guys are awesome. I mean, you really do. Hey, can I just brag about you for a second?
Yeah.
For the listeners, if you never heard me say this before, I am a customer of Matt's, not because he does a radio show. That's probably how I know about him. So I'll say that part. But aside from that, I wouldn't have gone back if I didn't get treated right. I mean, it's quick, it's affordable. Well, it's not always affordable, but it's fair because affordable is not your fault.
Right.
If it's not affordable, that's just the way things are. Like the $500 headlight, which thank God I didn't need. You know, we had a fender bender in the parking lot here, and that whoever that was had a broken headlight. Somebody backed into somebody else driving through the little aisle there.
Really?
Yeah.
Sad.
But anyway, so go to Matt because he and his guys know what they're doing. This is important. They're very quick. I've never had to wait very long for anything. And he will be fair with you. He'll be honest with you, and you'll be happy. And if it doesn't work out, you get a car because he also sells cars, and he's got a 2011 Chrysler on the lot now.
Yeah, Chrysler 200.
Which I'm also a customer from the car lot twice. Once was a lemon.
Once was all about Larry,
and once was a peach. And I have become addicted to the car wash, by the way. I like that car wash.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's good.
I saw a video the other day of a baby going through a car wash for the very first time.
A baby?
A baby, yeah. Yeah, the mom went through the car wash and had her phone taking a movie or whatever of the baby. And the baby's eyes got so big when that stuff started happening on the car, the suds and all the little fingers washing the car and all that, the brushes.
You've been in Ocala a long, long time, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember Dr. Parrish? Dr. Parrish. He was like a family doctor.
Okay.
Well, back in the day when I went to Forest High School, and back in the day I worked over at the Gulf Station right there next to Morrison's on the boulevard.
Right.
Okay. So after school, we're going to do this real quick. After school, I'd go over there and help pump gas and change oil and stuff like that.
Right.
And we just got in. We were one of the first people in Ocala to have a car wash, automatic. You know, you drive in, it does it all by itself. Well, Dr. Parrish had a Buick Riviera. A Buick Riviera. Now, he treated this car like a truck. I mean, there was about an inch of dirt in it, and he had shovels in there.
He didn't treat it well.
He didn't treat it well, but he decided he wanted to go get a car wash.
Okay.
The problem was, it had a sunroof.
Oh.
And he pulls in there, and he forgets to shut the sunroof.
Oh, no.
And it was actually quite funny, because by the time he got that sunroof closed,
Oh, no.
he had mud inside that car.
I bet he did.
Oh man, it just poured inside that sunroof and just got all in that mud.
Do you know George Albright, the tax collector?
yeah.
Have you ever been to his house?
So I not in his house, but by his house.
Have you been to the backyard? He's got a golf station in his backyard. Did you know that?
Yeah. He's got he's got all kinds of golf memorabilia.
He came in on Friday, and he's got an old gas pump. Mm-hmm. And he said it's actually was given to him by some, or so he bought it from somebody, I think. But they had two, and they had enough parts to make one. Mm-hmm. And so he's got this old-fashioned gas pump in front of his old-fashioned.
It's actually in front of the garage he's got set up in the back.
Yeah, it looks like a golf station.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's got a kitchen in there and everything.
I wonder how he got away with all that stuff being like in a just historic area, you know.
Because it's historic. He's George Albright.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well, there you go.
He can do whatever he wants. Oh, my gosh, we're out of time. Matt, what's your phone number?
My phone number is 352-690-1993.
And we have a song to get us out of here. Who's the singer on this thing?
John Green.
John Green.
Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs, the memories that will last a lifetime of your first baseball game with Little Johnny. Your team wins. It was a great night until you get home. It's 9 p.m. and your wife says you have no water.
We have